All right, good morning, everyone. You're at the Finance and Fiscal Resources Committee. We have a couple commissioners that are stuck in traffic, and we have a very short agenda, so they might come in once we're done. But we do have a work session or a meeting following this, so. All right, our first item on the agenda is public comment. Is there anyone from the public who'd like to comment today? You've got 3 minutes. Please state your name and your address.
How you doing, everybody? My name is DeAndre Jones. I prefer D. Jones, though. I stay at 967 Tamarack Avenue, Grand Rapids, Michigan, 49504. How you doing, everybody? I just wanted to come here and speak to you guys about the visions and great things that I want to do for the community. As you guys know, I've been working to bring a $100,000 esports competition to our city. I see on the agenda here we have some type of thing for economic opportunity from the state of Michigan. Well, that's the department. And as we know, politics has not always been economically fair to our underserved communities, our black communities, our communities of color, and poor white communities too. And so just looking at federal politics and how Republicans and Democrats usually can't see eye to eye at every level of government, I can't help but just think about all of the people that suffer. Just the generations of people that suffer. My generation, your generation, older generations, people that got student loans, people that don't have health care, people that want to be able to cut Social Security. I grew up on SSI, so I know how those old people need those benefits and what those benefits do for older people and senior citizens and people that are unhoused and people that have to go to food pantries to get food because they have to go get the white and black boxes and the powdered milk, and you know what I'm saying? You got to use water with that. And I remember I used to have to eat that. And I know how the real struggle is, and I just wish that you guys could really think about those people. Think about those people that suffer. Think about the pain. Think about the people that have to struggle, and think about, am I going to have to pay this health care bill, or am I going to have to pay this hospital bill, or am I going to have to pay my rent, or am I going to have to pay my car insurance, or am I going to have to be able to pay for my kids' school, or be able to pay for my kids' clothes, or pay for my kids' anything. It's both levels of politics, and honestly, it's a lot of the Republicans. It's a lot of Republicans that block legislation and bipartisan legislation. You guys usually can't see the eye to eye, and I'm talking about federal politics, but I also think about Kent County too. We have a lot of Republicans on this board, and I went to go speak to the Republic. I'm an independent, but I went to go to the Republican headquarters to speak to the Republicans about my views, because I stay over there where the Republican headquarters is. And I just wanted to speak to you guys about your views and how you feel about health care, how you feel about Social Security, how you feel about affordable housing, how you feel about these things, because I grew up on SSI. I know how it is to struggle. And I come to you guys as a genuine human being, somebody that really suffered in pain and argued with his mom. I didn't ask to be born into poverty. I didn't ask for none of this stuff. But I used my struggle and my pains and everything that I grew through to be able to advocate and speak to you guys. So I wish that you guys would think about that, because I'm no different than you guys. I'm just a person of color. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any other public comment? All right, seeing none, our next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. It has the minutes from May 16 and also the auditing of checks and purchase activity. Is there a motion for this item? Moved. Is there support? Support. Any questions or comments? Yes.
Since we have a moment, when I was scanning through it, this caught my eye and I've just forgotten. So at the Fund 274, the Coronavirus Relief Fund, is that ARPA? Is that something else? Like, what are we putting, what is that fund?
ARPA funds.
So that's us just putting the allocations through to
Right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other questions or comments regarding the consent agenda? All right. All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda comes from the Administrator's Office, is the State of Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity Regional Community Collaborative Grant.
All right. Let me get my microphone on.
Action requested. Recommend to the Board of Commissioners to approve the Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Opportunities Regional Community Collaborative RCC grant. Accept and appropriate $81,326.34 to the RCC budget in the Special Projects Fund and authorize the board chair or designee to execute the grant agreement, approve extensions, amendments, and increases to the grant appropriation not to exceed 15% of the original award. Summary. The Kent County Welcome Plan was created with 36 partners to identify initiatives that welcome and support refugees and immigrants in community engagement, economic well-being, safety, education, and access to services. The Board of Commissioners accepted and appropriated $91,477 donated by local businesses and governments to fund Welcome Plan work through fiscal year 2023 per Resolution 10-14-21-101. The Administrator's Office received $81,326.34 State of Michigan Regional Community Collaborative Grant to implement and expand upon the Welcome Plan goals with partners serving refugees and immigrants in Kent and Ottawa counties. The grant will fund the part-time Welcome Plan coordinator at full-time and contractual services to support plan implementation, including translation and interpreter services for grant writing workshops, community outreach services, and meeting and training coordination for the Welcome Plan Collaborative. The grant agreement is May 1, 2023 through September 30, 2024. Prior to the end of fiscal year 2023, we will submit a fiscal year 2024 budget that will be reviewed and approved by the Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity. Our contract will be amended to add year 2 funding. This funding will start as of October 1, 2023. On May 23, 2023, the Legislative and Human Resources Committee approved the conversion of part-time Welcome Plan coordinator position to full-time. Assistant Corporate Counsel will review and approve the agreement as to form prior to signature.
All right, thanks, Al. Is there a motion for this item? Moved by Commissioner Oliver King. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Commissioner Kallman. Questions or comments regarding this item? All right. Seeing none, all those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
All those opposed, please say no. Motion passes. That brings us to our next item on the agenda, which is miscellaneous. Is there any Commissioner miscellaneous? All right, I hope you guys will all attend our Sustainable Business Park info session at 9:30 today. If you stick around for a little bit, I think you'll find some good information, and I think it would be in addition to what you learned on the tour, for those of you who went on the tour last week, and I think there's another one scheduled for this week too. So any questions or comments, just let me know. But is there any other Commissioner miscellaneous? All right, seeing none, we are adjourned. Our next meeting will be on June 20 at 8:30 a.m.